Natasha Fatah is in our newsroom with a look at the role the U.S. plays in all of this. What is the United States doing to help Syrian refugees?
Well, for all nations, they really are dividing their work and their contribution into two factors, Asha. One being the monetary contribution. And on that front, the U.S. has contributed more to the refugee agencies through the UN more than any other country, a total of $4 billion over the past 4 years. So on that front, there is little to criticize. But on the other end, the issue is about taking in individual Syrian refugees into their own country. And on that front, they have been lagging behind. In fact, they have not released numbers for the past 2 years about how many refugees they have taken in from any country. The latest set of numbers they've released are from 2013. And the U.S. does take in tens of thousands of refugees every year. The numbers from 2013 indicate that they took almost 70,000. Now, most of those refugees, the large bulk of them came from Iraq, neighboring Syria. And then the next highest number was from Burma and then from Somalia. A total of only 36 individuals were brought from Syria to become refugees in the United States. Very bewildering for many, considering what has been happening in Syria for the past 4 years. Now, there's the other issue of how many in total have been brought over in the past 4 years. Many are saying it's somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500. But the UN has put forward 17,000 individual referrals for the U.S., meaning that they are saying, go ahead, take these individuals, but they've taken less than 10% of what the UN has recommended. Now Europe is pushing back and saying the U.S. needs to do more. David Miliband is a former Foreign Affairs Secretary with the British government. He was on American media today offering his opinions on this. Have a listen.
First of all, one of the reasons that people are fleeing the Middle East is that the neighboring countries to Syria, that means Lebanon and close allies of the US like Jordan, are creaking under the strain of literally millions of refugees. And secondly, of course, America has historically been the home for refugees, a world leader in refugee resettlement. But over the 4 years of the war, the US has only taken 1,400 Syrian refugees in total.
So a lot of people sharing that sort of sentiment that maybe the United States needs to step up and bring more Syrian refugees over to their country.
And why does there seem to be such a reluctance to take in refugees?
Well, the issue is specifically Syrian refugees, because as you saw, they've taken 70,000 in 2013, 20,000 of those from Iraq. And many are saying that the concern with Syria specifically is that perhaps ISIS members, other Islamist groups will manipulate the program and come over to the United States, posing a security threat. In June, there was a meeting of the House Committee on Homeland Security where the chairman said terrorists have made it known they want to manipulate the refugee program to sneak operatives to the West. That is their explanation for why they are being very cautionary as they move forward to bring forward refugees from Syria. And as far as the Obama administration is concerned, Secretary of State John Kerry says that they're proud because they have contributed the most amount of money. We are the largest donor, I'm proud to say, to the refugee crisis. I want to stop donating to a refugee crisis and start seeing those people be able to go back home. Again, stating something that we've heard through our own Conservative Party here in Canada, that in fact the battle is not to bring refugees over, but to make conditions in their home country safe. Now, a lot of people, again, have been pushing back on that theory, saying that's not good enough. The refugees need a home now. And so what we're hearing from the United States is that they will accept an additional 8,000 Syrian refugees, but only in 2016.